Okay, my name is Aisha. Excuse me. My name is Aisha Shahida Simmons, and I'm a filmmaker and faculty now at Temple University in Women's Studies. And I wanted to just kind of, I hear you, Beverly, and it's about saying that Harriet Tubman is one of the few people that we hear about, At the same time, though, I really believe, clearly she's a white woman, but even if she were a black man and she done what she done, I think she would be huge as a, I think there's something that I just can't, for me, I feel like we can't even grasp as a society, not us here, but really what she did. Even in terms of this year, we talk about the 150th anniversary of the proclamation, 150th anniversary, and we talk about the 50th anniversary of March Washington. We don't also say this is the 100th anniversary of Harriet's passing. I just feel like in terms of what she did and how she did in terms of, making those journeys.
I said she was the only black woman that we heard of if you were my age. That's not the case anymore. In other words, Harriet Tubman was the only black woman. I never even heard of Ida Wells Barnett. And I would say that Ida Wells Barnett's anti-lynching work was extremely significant. To me, it's important to ask the question, why only Harriet Tubman? Of all of the black women who were doing incredible things. So I'm not minimizing her, but what I'm saying is I could name 10 black men, 10 or 15 black men on, Negro History Month, some of whom, didn't rise to the level of Harriet, but there's only Harriet, the token black woman, and I think that that's problematic. That was the case, for many, many years. Maybe it's not now, but Sojourner Truth wasn't even mentioned. And the fact that her women's rights activism was left out, I think is also problematic. Harriet Tubman's.
Can I just say, I just want to say one thing about that, and I'm going to forget it. The Abolitionists, the series that was on PBS. I only saw episodes 2 and 3, but I don't think Harriet Tubman was mentioned in that. They made Frederick Douglass a pivot point for that, and they did a really wonderful job. And then they had the Graham K sisters and some others, and they had Harriet Beecher Stowe, yes. Yeah, I almost lost my mind. Once when I was teaching, I think it would have been, I don't know if it was black women writers or African American literature, but I decided, well, let me teach Uncle Tom's Cabin in contrast to Jubilee. Margaret Walker's Jubilee, and I did, and I almost lost my mind, But yeah, it was what it was. But you see where we're going. People do get erased and excluded.
I'm still in. My name is Richard Smith. I'm a doctoral student in the School of Social Welfare and also a community activist. My question is, in regards to what Harriet did, the connection between the prison industrial complex and the notion that it's the new modern day slavery, which folks like Michelle Alexander so thoroughly legitimized those claims in the new Jim Crow, and the idea of an underground railroad, right? And declaration to help so many people escape slavery. How does that relate to this issue that we're dealing with so many black men and now black women being the fastest growing population of the prison industrial complex? What would she say about that? What type of underground railroad would she consider to construct for the purpose of getting our people out of this new modern day slavery that we currently call the prison industrial complex?
Well, I think that those who are engaged and immersed and committed to the struggle, as you are, Richard, I think that what's being done. I have a lot of friends who are involved in transforming or eradicating that prison industrial complex. That's work that Angela Davis started a couple of decades ago. The new Jim Crow is the latest kind of lens into how pervasive it is, how evil it is, and how incredibly bizarre it is. I mean, the fact that the United States has the largest population of imprisoned individuals in the entire world, and there are countries, other countries that are much larger. We have what, like 1/2 or 1/4, or is it 1/2 or 1/4 of the entire world's prisoners? Why is that? Because of the legacy of white supremacy and genocide and imperialism. That's why. But what she would say is that those of us who are involved, and I'm involved in a certain way around anti-violence in our communities, are not involved in the prison part of it, but of course some of that dovetails and we enter SAC. But those who are directly involved in interrogating that and working against that, we have a New York State prisoner network that was started again by friends and acquaintances of mine. She would say that that's the work to be done. She would see it as an extremely important issue for us to be addressing. And one of the things that people who are doing that work actually advocate for is for the abolition of prisons. Prison abolition, not just improving prisons or having fewer people in prisons, but no prisons, period. I'm not there yet. But the thing is, we can see where that's going. You make bold ideological ideas and statements to get people thinking in a different way.